Hello. So today we have new coaching video and let's work, Nicholas, with you. Uh, our goal is to make you faster and please watch, listen, analyze everything you hear and what you see from my camera behind you and come back on track next time. Try not to repeat the same mistakes and go faster, faster, faster. Okay? All right. So let's go. First thing, what we see here already, come closer, that seat position is not correct. You see this diagonal line, left shoulder is on the bottom, right shoulder is in more high position because hands not in correct position on the steering. So our goal is to have hands on the steering on the same level. Let's say this is like 9 o'clock on the left and 3 o'clock on the right. So directly in the middle of the steering wheel on the same line. It can be a little bit down, but both hands at the same on the same level. It can be a little bit up, but on the same level. Don't drive with hands, keeping hands in different position on the steering. We see that your posture because of this is not correct. Before you didn't make that, maybe just because it was cold or something else on this day. But keep in mind that we don't keep our arms, we don't hold the steering like this. Little bit foggy, it was too cold. Not bad enter to the first corner, but little bit wider. You see that your cart little bit wider. If you see that this line, my cart is a little bit more narrow, closer to this apex, because you turned a little bit later than you should, and then because of that, small miss in the apex. Small miss in the apex, the track is more slippery there, and then we see that car starts sliding. And usually the reason is that from this point, uh, first apex was missed. You can see here the red dots. Sorry. Yeah, you see, this is our apex, but your apex was here. And then the signal from the brain that when your car goes straight and you see the track is ending, that you add steering. You add steering because you think, oh, I am almost out from the track. But no, you need to believe that with one position of the steering, like you make the enter on the steering, you enter to the corner, and then from the apex, you need to move your steering only in more straight position. This is the rule from the apex, which is here red dots, yes. And this is, by the way, signs and helpers to you now on our track. You have these red dots, which shows you your apex. We have them in each corner now. From this point, you need to move the steering in more straight only position. If you from the exit from the corner from apex till exit, you will add more steering, you will slide, and we see this now with you. You see, two reasons. Yeah, as I said, little bit missed apex, and just no trust that you can go wider, and a little bit more pressure on the steering, and then small slide. Then we see that from the top of the hill, not enough move of the car to the left side of the track. Now my cart like half card wider, more wider. You see that because of that, you, you move your card only at the end. We have here, by the way, you see also red dot, which is our enter point. Yeah, a little bit, it's a little bit late, a little bit earlier. Earlier, I think no, only later. But we see that you entered the corner a little bit late in this on this lap, and because of that, we also see missing apex too much. The same, and here we see the apex. Okay, and now from this moment, everything was done not bad. A little bit wider you should be, and more early move your car to the left. Still smooth on the braking zone here. Is now car still in the middle, and only in last moment you move to the left, and you need to add little bit more angle to rotate the car to the corner. Overall, everything was very good. Little bit missed apex for us, uh, which is not always problem. Sometimes we can go wider, but we carry more speed. But we see that then on the exit, yeah, you see that everything was very similar between us, but then your cart is in the middle of the track and I release my cart more to the left. It means that from the apex you should from here not to rotate cart so much, not to have so many input on the steering. Your goal is to go through the corner with using as minimum steering as possible and release cart outside as wide as possible. You need to feel like forces push you out beyond the limit of the grip, and then on the exit you stop on these rumbles. You see that my cart still in the direction to the outside part of the track. Your cart is already rotated, but to achieve this result you should slow down your cart more and lose momentum because you add more steering, and then because of that with this model exit you just don't have good acceleration on the hill. Normally you should be much faster than me on the hill, but you see that I'm catching you because I carry more speed and more momentum through the corner. Yeah, it's good that you listening, and you trying to fix this corner, not to go in the middle. But at this point, this is too wide because we have elevation of these rumbles here, and then they go down. So now your right tire in the position when rumbles already go down, and because of that, cart is very unstable when you're so wide. So remember the rule. Yes, we can use them. We can use them somewhere here till the middle, let's say, but not so wide because when you go so wide, cart becomes unstable. And and now you can see that you slide it on enter, probably because of that. I'm sorry. You see my line, a little bit wide in the middle of the rumbles, and then you see that you slide a lot on enter, you lose your rear. Again, just a lot of steering, and because you go to the rumbles too wide. Here's my line, you see, from rumbles, apex, and then outside, wide, move a little bit in the middle, don't go through chicane. Okay, so now we saw a lot information on data. That braking here is important, and we know that we need to brake little bit later and more hard. More late and more hard comparing what you do, Normally, our breaking point is here, short, hard braking, and then when you load your tires maximum on the front, we enter to the corner. Also keep in mind again, remember about your posture. You see that you're limping inside the corner here, trying to rotate the car. The line was good at the beginning, but then you slide out, uh, miss the apex, and lose also momentum because here you lift your coast, but to have good lap time, our throttle. So from this moment, I'm already on the throttle where my car now, and it's full throttle all the time. To achieve this, we need to enter to the corner correctly with maximum front grip. Car wants to rotate, and then boom, we go on the throttle. And car just easily rotating. You just help with your steering to rotate it more and more and more to be here near the apex as close as possible. Not so wide, because when you go so wide, then you release the throttle not to hit this apex, and it kills seconds on the next straight line. Seconds, not just a little bit, seconds, a lot of seconds. Okay, so after this corner, when we push the throttle here, even earlier, here, we go full throttle till the last corner, and small, tiny losing of speed. At this moment, small sliding, this is seconds till the last corner. If you drop your speed here like you did now, because you were too wide and you see how speed increased and I need to lift not to hit you, it you lose even more and more and more. Because here, all this time, we go full throttle. Good. So line here is good, smooth, full throttle, very nice. Here we can not see on the video, but you remember the data that we need to brake more hard and carry more speed in this corner. And also now we see that at the beginning you don't brake hard, you go fast. Then you start uh, move your car to the left more early than you need. You need still to go on the braking zone straight, and then from here you enter to the corner. But now you already moved your car into the middle of the corner. You enter to the corner from the middle of the track, which make the problems on the exit. That can be also one of the reasons uh, when you have crazy understeer and your car want to go wider, closer to that wall. You see that I turn later, much more deeper, and then I just rotate cart, and for me, I have direction to go out from the corner. But for you, because you narrow on enter, then your car want to go to the wall, and then you need to add a lot of steering, slide, and lose again momentum already on the exit. Because if you don't do this, you can go to the wall. That's it. Let's keep learning.